Hello, we are back. I am Tom.
I'm Tom.
Yo.
I'm Tom.
Um, the Heroes of...
Tom.
Me too. The Heroes of Triboar. We're just discussing how they were going to try to approach the security officer Pao Ming and appeal to her humanity. Hope that she's not turned. Use creative language to hide their true intent or whatever. Kind of do the approach, the old espionage approach. You all can continue talking. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so we can test the waters with Pound Ming. I suppose that with that the earlier the better. So if Pound Ming seems to be very just randomly overly loyal to Captain Drylands, and we can figure out a different approach.
But we can do that very soon. Yes. Other than that, until we are at least 2 to 1 days before the event, I'll stay for now. We just need to be inconspicuous, I believe. But it's just strange because we have been, from their perspective, we have been acting weird. So
Why?
if we start to act completely normal, it might be even weirder than before.
Why have we been acting weird? I mean, I'm always weird, but I don't think I've been any weirder than normal.
Okay. If we doesn't seem like we're acting weird, then
Well,
it should be
but you
fine.
said it, so how do you think we've been acting weird? Just so we know so that I don't act weird.
I think you're overthinking it now.
I'm weird!
Oh no! I'm weird. Okay. Zane and I.
We should wait till the night before. I think
night
that's the night before we're supposed to arrive. Because I feel like night's scary and people, they can't see things as well and then they won't know what's really going on.
Or talking to them or executing the plan.
If we have to pretend like there's boats sinking to get everybody off.
When
are we doing that?
I thought that was the plan. If it didn't work, if we couldn't convince Pao Ming.
Yeah, maybe if we cannot convince Pound Ming, then we can try to do that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just assuming that this plan hopefully will work. But
Fine.
We can think about it more if this plan fails.
Fine. I always wanted to sink a ship, though.
that is very dangerous.
I read a book about it. Almost everyone died.
I heard if you burn down in sink a
One
ship
of them made a tidal wave that hit the ship, and almost everyone died.
Oh, wow. What book was that?
It's weird. Is this someone named Aurora? I think. It's weird.
Aurora.
Yeah, it's weird.
Very interesting.
Gordon, you there? Do you hear me? Okay, me and Zane will go talk to Pao Ming.
I'll go figure out how to sink the ship.
Sure. Aubrey, you can either... I'll leave it up to your discretion when you want to work on sabotaging the items on the ship, or the weapons, I should say.
Probably closer to the planning of everything. So, someone is going around checking the weapons, and they're like, hey, these aren't working.
That's fair.
I will assist you with that when the time comes. You can fill me in on the details of how you want to proceed.
Right. By the way, is there anything that the storm giants could perhaps help with getting passengers safely off the boat? We can contact them once a day, correctly? Correct.
I think so.
Yeah. How, I mean, yeah, we could probably just ask and tell them our plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's never bad. I believe she is trustworthy enough to tell what we are doing. And she is wise enough to give us... Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so, yeah.
It's just I'm just always paranoid, so...
At a certain point, once you decide to trust someone, it is very hard to go against that, at least at this stage.
I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah, like how we trust each other.
Let's go talk to Palming.
Unless there's evidence. No, whatever. Okay, let's go talk to Pammy.
Turn
We
to
go.
Eliza. It seems as though your party has some trust issues.
Yeah, Kaiser doesn't trust anything. I think it's because he
Say it.
was an orphan.
Yep, there it is. I knew that was
I
coming.
see.
What the fuck?
It's fucked up.
I feel like it's probably normal to have trust issues.
I suppose I am somewhat of an orphan myself. Potentially in a different way than him.
I'm an orphan too. We have a lot of orphans. Maybe orphans make good heroes.
Maybe so.
You want to help me figure out how to sink the boat?
Sure, why not? I have nothing better to do.
I know how to do that.
How?
Well, I feel like we need some, I don't know, blasting powder, dynamite, that kind of stuff.
Well, I
To
do
make
have
it
a
easy.
full keg barrel of gunpowder that I've been wanting to use for a while.
Ooh.
I was going to say, why didn't you lead with that? But I guess you kind of did lead with that, so.
What's the best place?
That
Where
works.
should we explode it? I think we kind of want the ship to kind of sink slowly. If we are going to sink the ship, I think we have to do it slowly, right? So people can get off safely, because we're trying not to kill people.
I mean, it's going to have to be below deck somewhere.
I'm not that familiar with sailing or the water. Can't say I've been on too many boats myself.
We've been on a few. I think something bad always happens.
That's not great to hear when you are traveling on a boat. I came from
Yeah.
a great sea, but there was no water.
Are there boats?
You could call them that, yes, but not what you would think when you think of a boat. More like sleds pulled by dogs.
I always wanted a dog. I also want a griffin and a unicorn and a cat.
Ah, full menagerie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe
then we could
one
ride
day
them.
when this is all over, you can have that dream come true.
That would be
But
nice.
Until then, let's figure out how to sink this ship.
Okay. I get distracted. Do you think that we should put the hole in the middle of the ship, or like the front or the back of the ship? I feel like if you put it on the front or the back, it might sink slower.
I will defer to Aubrey on this one.
Never sunk a ship before, but I'm not entirely sure it matches exactly where you put the hole.
It's better to explode in the back, right?
Get one of these
Yeah.
Titanic that motherfucker.
versus like a right.
I guess.
That makes sense, I think.
The physics of sinking a ship this week.
Never sunk a ship, so I have no idea.
Okay, so we're gonna blow a small hole in it. Is there and hope that it sinks slowly. And maybe
Well, we should plan for it to sink quickly. Because if we plan for it to go slowly and it goes faster than that, we'd be in a bit of trouble.
do you think they have some way to make it so that the ship doesn't sink? Like some magic? Anti-sinky magic?
Well,
Potentially.
I suppose this is, you have been calling him the voice of the Kraken?
Mm-hmm.
He probably has a couple tricks up his sleeve.
But he also might have things that protect it from outside sources, and we would be inside the ship.
Fair enough.
Maybe we could ask him in a sneaky way?
Ask him how to sink his ship.
No, maybe I can say like, oh, I had a nightmare that the ship sank, and now I'm afraid to be on the ship, and what do we do if the ship sinks? And then he'll be like, if there's a ship, the ship is sinking, you should do this. And I'll say, oh, okay, that makes me feel so much better. And then we'll know.
That was a very good impression.
Thanks.
That might be very suspicious, though, to be asking him questions such as this.
I'm always suspicious.
That's fair. I barely just
people
met
just
you,
use-
and I was immediately suspicious of you.
People are just used to it at this point.
All right. Well, we'll continue to work on this.
True.
I hope the conversation is going well with Kaiser and Zane.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't.
Don't be suspicious.
Fuck me. So Pao Ming is, as she usually is, strolling the interior, casino and dining room deck. You're able to find her, and she's more than when you approach, she turns around and kind of stern face and kind of walks to the northerly side of the boat where there aren't as many people nearby. And stands next to a window outlooking a sea that begins to kind of chop as a storm rolls over the horizon. She says, yes?
Hello, Ming. This is my companion here, Zane. He was there as well when we saved your sister.
Hello, it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Zain Korakai of Yarba, and I'll little bow and go to shake her hand.
She shakes your hand. She's a very firm grip. She goes like a little head bow. She says, "It's nice to meet you, Zane Korakai. Is there something I can help either of you with?"
I just wanted to, I suppose, formally introduce myself. I am trying to get to know a lot of people aboard this vessel, I suppose, and you being a very prominent member, you are the head of defense. You are the bodyguards aboard the ship, right?
I'm the chief of security, yes. I'm not really... I am mostly in charge of guarding the money more than anything. The twins usually defend Casper Dryland. Lord Dryland.
Ah, the twins. But you, I suppose, oversee them even, being head of security?
In theory, but I mostly just secure the ship, secure the tables, do inspections, that kind of thing.
Ah, I see. Protect the money. The ship must make a lot. I mean, it is quite the vessel, quite the... I was talking with Lord Jylin about this not the other day. The establishment that you are on here is very exquisite, very immaculate even. I cannot imagine this even working, but you all seem to do it and to great success.
Gambling makes a lot of money. It allows us to offer everything else for free. The whole point is to get people to play the tables. Once they do that, we have them.
Do you like gambling?
No, I don't enjoy throwing my money away.
But, I mean, I of course mean no offense, but you're okay. You're profiting from it. I mean, this is how you make your living, of course, and this is the path you have chosen.
She looks over. Our clientele have the money to spare. Worst case scenario, they lose it. They lose all of the cash they have on hand. They have to sell one of their mansions back home in one of their thousands of acres of land. I don't lose any sleep over it.
Zane kind of takes a moment and when she's saying this, looks at his nice, clothing, looks at the horn wraps that he wears on his tiefling horns, and kind of just subtly kind of goes to touch them and says, "Yeah, I suppose you're right. That I think is a very, very fair outlook on all of this. Do you ever imagine yourself doing anything else, or is this, what you are very comfortable with? Is this what satisfies you?
I've been working in this on this ship for quite some time, for several years. I was not a member of Lord Dryland's crew when he was a sea entrepreneur. Um, I could retire with the amount of money I have made in the salary that I'm afforded. So in a few years, I believe I will retire and start my own business.
Well, your own business. That is rather exciting. What do you have plans? What do you want to go into business in?
She kind of looks out to the sea. She says, "I thought I might open up a school to teach people how to defend themselves."
A sort of a training academy of sorts. Oh,
Yes.
for what would it be targeted for? Like new, like young students or people of all ages, or?
I would hope to. It's easier to train children. I would hope to help train young children so they can defend themselves.
Hmm.
It's a difficult and brutal world.
It is. I am learning that more and more every day, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't know exactly what it is you're able to do. But if you are the head of security on this ship, I imagine I can trust that you know what you are doing. So I think that is a very, very fine goal, very admirable goal. Yes.
Yes. I trained at the White Lotus Academy. I am both a martial artist and an arcanist, as is their training.
Do I know the White Lotus Academy? Have I ever heard of that?
You have heard of it. You can go ahead and roll an intelligence check to see how much you know. You've definitely heard of it, though. It's very famous.
Intelligence check. Sure. 5.
Okay, so you do know the basic information. The White Lotus Academy is a very prestigious academy. It originates far away in a land very far away outside of the Forgotten Realms. But there is an academy in the major cities of the Sword Coast. They train wizards and sorcerers and the like. Not only in arcane magics, but actual in physical combat, kind of like monks, fighters, that kind of thing. Based on her wrappings, you would assume that she's some kind of martial artist. And they teach how to blend the two styles together.
Very interesting. I have heard many great things about the White Lotus Academy. Very, very prestigious. So congratulations to you on your accomplishments and your future endeavors. I am also, I suppose, I left this part out. I am rather glad that we are able to assist your sister. Was it Zhilong?
Yes.
Yeah, Zhilong. They were rather powerful themselves, if I remember correctly. I mean, it was quite a hectic, chaotic battle. I did actually fall myself a bit. But when is the last time you spoken to your sister?
I have not seen her face to face for over a decade, but we will write each other letters. Occasionally, I will send her a magical message,
Hmm.
an expedient courier letter that I have, but we are not very close. But when I heard that the station that she was at was under such an attack, well, I was very worried, and I appreciate being told of her whereabouts and the trials of that battle.
Yeah, of course. I am glad to hear that you have still some contact, and I know if you are not that close, that those worries can perhaps hit even deeper. But I mean, I don't want to, tell you what to do, obviously. But perhaps this would be a good time to reach out to her as well. And I don't know if you already have or not, but I'm glad that she is okay. Did you train together?
I did. We did. She was a student at the White Lotus Academy.
Oh.
So was I. She abandoned her studies sooner than I did. I advanced a few degrees beyond her. But we were both students.
Why did she withdraw early?
She wanted to. She yearned for adventure. She wanted to put her tools to good use. That led her to Golden Fields, where she met her husband, her partner, Mr. Yang, which is why her surname is different than mine. She settled down in Golden Fields and helped protect the town until it was destroyed.
I wish there was more we could have done. We were around the area, but we were not there. And I know they tried their best and saved some people, but unfortunately not the town.
It's not your fault. It's the Lord Alliance's fault.
Yeah, I suppose so. Just trying to help make the world a better place a little bit at a time. Trying to do good in my own right, and you are as well. We all are, I guess.
You see, she's giving you a very discerning eye. She has a very stern kind of personality, kind of a stalwart personality and a stern face, I should say. I want you to go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. See how this conversation's going for you.
Okay. I'm good at these, in theory.
You are!
Better be good at these.
Oh no.
12. 12 is not that bad. 12 at least endures you some level of success. Okay. Thank God you have a +9.
Yeah.
Okay. So she just kind of nods as you say that. Sometimes I wonder if I weren't setting out on the high seas every few months to make an absurd amount of money, I instead put my efforts to doing what you all do, going out in the world and defending the land. I wonder if maybe I could have made a difference in Golden Field. I wonder where fate would have taken me.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
It's literally just a D20 flat. I don't think I have a bonus.
You don't have no wisdom bonus?
Nope.
I don't think you do, yeah. Or an insight bonus?
It is an 8.
Okay, you have no idea what's going on. Your read of her is that she is being sincere, she is stern, and much as I described before, there's no other information you claim.
Zane, like expression on Zane's face like changed that point and get like very like just kind of like matter of fact and serious and turn to her and like kind of look her straight in the eyes and say, that does not stop at Goldenfield. If you want to go out there in the world and make a difference, there is still things to do every single day to make a difference. That is something that I have learned myself a lot recently. I was just, a child who grew up in Mirabar, and that was all that I knew, and I was learning to try to make a difference in Mirabar and in that extent the rest of the world. But it wasn't really until that I went out here, traveling, interacting with people, seeing the difference that I was making. That's really, it's just different. And it's just as you said to me, I was not at Golden Fields. I wish I was, but there is still a lot more to do. And I'm sure with someone with talent such as yourself could make a real difference in the world. Could make a difference for the rest of it.
Yeah. I've been at this job for several years, like I had told you. And even along the way, I think we have done a little bit of good.
Of course.
It's kind of the same trip every time, you know? Except for the last few ones. It's funny. We've had a chance to do some good. We keep running into a ship out there on the high seas. A ship, and every time we meet this ship, it's in distress. So we have to stop and help it restock.
The same ship every time?
Every time.
That is a rather odd coincidence.
One of the favorite sites of everyone on the fort is, or excuse me, everyone's favorite site on the tour that we do. It's Reset Edition. It started appearing around the same time that ship did. It's an old, ruined fort on an abandoned island, the Purple Rocks. We take the passengers there as one of the disembarkments. Casper Dryland tells them his history of the fortress, which I don't know if it's true or not. He says it used to belong to elves or something. And those elves used to trade with Sahagwin, and they had a great city underneath the shores of that rock. Anyway, we added that part in the tour, that part in the trip, around the same time that ship started appearing. And it's real important to Casper that all the nobles disembark on that fortress and on that island. And every time during the tour, they uncover a secret. He's never seen this before. Oh, this is the first time. What a surprise. There's an entrance, a cavern, that goes down deep into the earth. How exciting for our guests. Whenever this happens, he bids me to stay on land. On the boat. Keep an eye on it. And then everyone comes back. Safe and sound. Happy. But they're gone for some time. I'm not stupid. I know why you're talking to me. I know why you're here on this boat, and I'm assuming Casper Dryland knows that too. But what I don't know is what's in that cave. What I don't know is why Casper Dryland started behaving differently several months ago. And I don't know why everyone comes back from that cave.
Zane just takes a moment to process all this and turns to look at Kaiser for a moment. Just kind of sees if Kaiser reacts at all.
In what way?
Just anything.
Nah.
Okay. So turn back to Pao Ming and say, "You are right. We are talking to you for a reason.
Can we trust you?
that would that would depend on what you trust me to do, or trust me with.
No. I'm sure you have an idea that something happens to those people when they leave. So,
I've looked at them. I've studied their eyes. They all seem the same. I can't, for the life of me, guess what it is.
I just need you to tell me this with 100% truthfulness, that you will help us convince the other passengers that it's against their interest to go into that cave. You know who we are. You know what we've done. We are working in the interest of the passengers here.
Would it help you to know what is in that cave?
I need her to confirm before we tell her what's in that cave.
I can try, but I'm not the most persuasive person.
You don't need to be.
It's because who you are is persuasive enough.
I can... I can make it to where no one can get in that cave. Or at least not the passengers. I can temporarily block it off.
Do you trust him, Zane?
I just... I guess just insight check how Ming is to like
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted you to
specifically...
do when she said that.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Yeah, specifically as to like she knows something's going on, but is she truthful in saying like she doesn't know exactly like
Yeah.
what it is?
Mm.
And like she's kind of like in the dark and some things, but yeah, that's it.
You got it.
I get you.
17.
Yeah, that's enough. She's not a good liar. She is telling the truth. She is suspicious of what's going on, but you know, she's probably making thousands and thousands of gold pieces every month. And for a while she looked the other way. But that little trip has happened 3 or 4 times now, and now you all are on this boat, and she feels like she might be able to do something about it because it's eating her up inside. And that's why she approached Kaiser in the first place.
Yeah.
And look at Zane to see his insight.
The old look and nod.
So just nod slowly and say, you have what it is that you need to survive, obviously, but there is something more, and you know, you think about this a lot, right, in terms of the impact that you want to make, but you know that the impact that you can make can start right here. You have what you need to survive, but do you have what you need to thrive? And I think we can give you that, the information that what is in that cave, that Lord Casper Dryland is leading innocent people to, is none other than a kraken.
Dun dun dun.
Of course it is.
And Lord Casper Dryland is very, very much affiliated with this kraken, even so much so far as to be the voice of the kraken, finding people to bring to this kraken, and it changes them in some way to where they go back into the world seemingly normal, but they don't have their own best interests in mind anymore. They serve this kraken who wants nothing but more power and more power. To exactly what end? I don't know, but it is safe to say that it is not in the best interests of you, or of me, or of anybody but that Kraken.
Okay. We meet the ship and do the rendezvous before we reach the fortress. I don't know if that helps you.
Yes, I think that it does.
It's usually located about a mile away from the island where the fortress is. We always encounter it along the way. They try to disguise the ship, but I can see through it.
What I must ask of you now is for you to be present when we talk to the passengers in a few days' time. I suppose you are going to have a very accurate knowledge of when we are approaching this ship and this island, and I suppose I ask that you share a more concrete timeline with us of that as well, because we have guessed, but we are not 100% certain.
It's always on the 7th day, so 5 days from now.
5 days from now, okay. And we ask that in 4 days, then you be present in talking to passengers aboard this ship and warning them and perhaps leading them to safety. I have magics that can bring them back to Waterdeep to make sure that they are safe.
Okay. That I can do.
I will send out a sort of invitation of sorts, just as a gathering, and I will make sure you have one as well, which will give you the exact time and location of this gathering, but to be present. And I suppose to make sure that nobody else who would alert Lord Caspage Island is present as well. And as you are the head of security, I think you can make this happen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know.
To have you on our side.
Yes. You have most likely done this a few times, and with how smart you are, you knew what was happening. But not everyone starts good. A lot of us started bad in some sense. But there is always time for redemption.
Okay. I'm gonna go get ready.
Okay.
Okay. I will. Okay. All right, and yeah, Pao Ming strides off.
Just turn to Kaiser and just sigh. Well, not sigh, but like a lot of deep breath and say, "Yeah, that's what President expected, I guess."
That went probably as best as it could have.
Yeah. Let us hope that the rest of the party are making equally as good progress.
Focus cut to other party.
The ship is sinking.
Oh no! What have we done?
Is that the string on the top of the kick supposed to be sparkling like this?
Oh no, run! Yeah, I don't think we're doing much right now. We're just
I guess we're just hanging out.
yeah.
So, Alyssa, this forest you're from, you said you were just from the forest.
Mhm.
How did you get there in the first place? Do you remember?
Nope. I was a baby.
And you were just raised in the wilderness or by yourself?
An old lady found me. She lived outside the Druid Grove, and one day she was walking to her cabin, and there I was. And she said I was glowing. But there was no one else there.
It is quite the tale. You'll have to fill me in with more details at another time. Of course, we need to focus on the mission ahead.
We're blowing up the ship. I mean... Oh, look! There's Zane and Kaiser.
So you don't need to blow up the ship anymore.
What? But we had a really good plan!
What was it? Let me hear it.
We were going to take Aubrey's barrel of explosives and put it in the back of the... Yeah, at the back of the boat, and then put a hole in it, and the boat was going to go like this, and everyone was going to get off.
Okay.
Yeah, great
Well.
plan.
Well, we don't need to do that anymore. But I'm glad you had a plan.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Thank you. But yeah, Pao Ming is very much willing to help us. So we will have will also give us a bit more of a accurate timeline as well. And so yeah, in exactly 5 days is when we should encounter the ship, the Morgoth, that is a mile away from the island, which people disembark and go see this kraken or something of the sort.
What happens at the ship? They say they stop there for they give them supplies or something.
Yeah.
But there must be some sort of trade or movement happening there that we need to think about what would happen.
Yeah, that is. Do we know that's where Hackathon is?
Ship.
In the cave... I mean, I thought Hackathon was underwater.
Yeah.
Heck-
Well,
Hekaton's in the ship, on the Morgoth. That's your best information that you have.
Oh, yeah, it was the clutches of the something, right?
Yeah,
Just-
metaphorical clutches, but actual
Okay.
clutches, but metaphorical.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Alyssa would think it's not metaphorical. She would think it's actual, so...
Yeah, and the Morgoth is protected from divination magic. That much you all know. It's important to remember for when Queen Sarissa attempts to scry on you.
I mean... okay. I thought of something.
Yeah.
I might be able to get on the Morkov without anybody noticing.
How can you do that?
My friends taught me a new trick.
I'm listening.
I can just, I lean in. I'm like, I can disappear and reappear somewhere else.
Oh, that is extremely useful. Yeah, you could do that.
It can't be too far, but if the boats are close, then and no one's looking, I could probably get over there, to a place that no one would see me right away.
That would be very dangerous.
That's okay.
You,
I can bring someone. I can also send somebody else. Actually, I can send all of us if we wanted to.
no, I don't think so.
If this is the plan that you wanted to pursue, I could go with you.
The thing about this, if Hackathon is indeed on this boat, if we are seen anywhere near thinking anything about this boat, it would leave. We need to somehow make sure Hackathon is on this boat, then tell the storm giants he is there, while not knowing that we suspect the Hackathon is on that boat. Because if they know that we know, then they are gone. This ship is not as abandoned as it's claimed to be. It is a holding cell.
But they still are resupplying it, so we have that information confirmed from when I believe I heard
Yeah, it is a prison.
this
They're
guys.
basically
Yeah,
supplying a prison, but it
yeah,
can still move.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
What
Yeah,
if we
I-
sink that ship?
Yeah.
We
That's a good idea.
we could bring the powder over there to the other boat. Take it down from the inside.
So, okay, just throwing things out there. So once we are approaching, then we help the passengers get off board, create the portal for them, and they leave. Then we go up, and when they are making the stop to resupply, then we teleport on or transport ourselves onto the ship, bring explosive barrels, and that hopefully is when we are assisted by storm giants as well. So we sink that ship, find, locate, save Hecaton, and then leave with the storm giants? Is that
That's more of a plan than we usually have.
You're all crazy, but I like it.
what about this ship? Are we okay with it staying, being able to sail away afterwards?
Under the command of Casper?
Yeah. Do you want to do anything about Casper?
I mean, isn't he a bad guy?
He is very much a bad guy.
Well, then
He
I don't.
So-
effectively kills 40 people every trip.
Mm, then we should stop him, and then we should take his boat.
I believe
Think of all the money we could make.
Huge.
I believe the crux of all of these plans is the storm giants reaching us before we have to fight the people on the ship.
Well, can't we just let them know and keep them updated?
Yeah, we have a more accurate timeline now. We know pretty much exactly when, and Pao Ming will give us updates. I'm sure the captain will inform her, oh yeah, we are going to be there tomorrow, be ready, yada yada, that stuff.
And you're positive that they're not lying or tricking us.
Oh, Pao Ming?
Yeah.
I would lean towards the side of trusting her heavily, yeah. And at least the fact that she really wants to make a difference and wants to help and is willing to do that. She already, in talking to her, I found out, I mean, yeah, she does this, it makes money. She has turned the blind eye, but that is eating away at her. Or at least that is what she says. And I'm inclined to believe her.
Okay. I'll trust you. You're good at reading people, Zane.
I've been around people who lie for a lot of my life.
I never
Pick up
lie.
a couple of things. That is not true.
Mm,
I don't know all the time what you are lying about, but you are lying about some things.
okay. So
Segue.
the plan. Okay. So are we blowing up the other ship then?
I believe we don't need to, but we can.
What's the point of bringing a keg of explosives with us everywhere if we're never gonna blow up anything?
That is.
She's got a point.
No, she doesn't actually. She doesn't have a point.
Don't
Doesn't
encourage
have a
her.
point.
It's
She
true.
there's no point there.
Points were made.
It's a
If we blow up this
valid
boat, there's no
question.
coming back, guys. We're just. Oh, we'll blow up everything then.
I
They-
mean,
I suppose it takes up a lot of room if you're not going to blow anything up.
You got a keg of gunpowder. Zane has a staff of fire. Do the math. Aubrey has a wand of fireballs. That's just called teamwork.
Fire plus
Kaiser
explosive
has a
equals
sword.
boom. True.
Thank you. Very great observation. I just think, what benefit does blowing up the ship give us?
The more cards?
Yes.
It
Can't
gives
sail
us.
away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it could sail away against storm giants, though.
Maybe we underestimate the power of a kraken.
Is the Kraken sailing the ship?
Is
It exists around. It exists a mile away maximum away
If-
from this ship.
if the ship is housing your storm giant king, I would imagine the kraken holds some influence over this boat.
Probably.
Seems like quite the priority prisoner to just leave anywhere out in the ocean.
But with that in mind, it might be more difficult to bring on a keg of explosives and just blow up the ship as well.
Absolutely.
But
It depends what we want to try. We
think
don't know if anything will work.
a lot
Have
of it,
any
I
of you
think.
fought the kraken before?
No.
Well, there we have it. What I've learned from hunting monsters so much in my life is sometimes you just have to go with your gut, go with your instincts, and try what you think will be best. Because you're not going to know until the first one.
I suppose a lot of it depends on how effective these storm giants are to help us. I mean, they are more powerful than us, given a 1-to-1 ratio, maybe
Yeah.
even more than a 1-to-1 ratio.
In this situation, we should effectively just be scouts for the storm giants, if you want to maximize our own safety.
Well, there may be even more value to getting on that boat then.
Maybe it is very important to make sure that Casper cannot talk to or report to the Kraken. Maybe silencing him is going to buy us a lot of time.
Maybe
Save a lot
our
of difficulty.
job is to deal with Casper. And the job of the storm giants is the rest.
Is to deal with the ship and free their king.
We may need to confront Casper before he gets there.
What if I want to return to that point that you just said, but what if after we teleport the passengers off of the ship, we create a distraction by making an explosion and trying to sink the ship, and then that time when everyone is panicking, then we can confront or attack Casper. So we will not have the same protections that he might have otherwise when the ship is in danger in that way.
This is my favorite plan yet. This way we get to use the barrel as well, Alyssa. He whispers over to her.
I like this plan too.
I will trust your plan as you trusted mine before. I don't necessarily think it will work, but I will trust it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just think that letting Casper just exist, be free while all this is happening cannot be beneficial for us.
It is not, but I believe if your whole business is planned around two ships being able to work, you would have safeties against people rebelling on your ship. And one of those safeties would be able to protect your ship from sinking.
But that may require his crew, his guards. Maybe if he himself needs to be the one to answer it, if we confront him, we can slow it and force the crew to react.
But
Then
there are two of
instead
them.
of... Right, we go for both.
Can we divide ourselves, really, during this situation? Do you think we
Uh,
will succeed dividing ourselves?
We force one to the other. We know where one is. We'll drive him back.
You may try. I will trust you. But if they're strong enough to take on both of our sides, then we will lose.
So,
Maybe we could.
no, go ahead.
Like, maybe if we want to get them to in the same place, maybe, like you're saying, instead of forcing them together, we lure them together.
I think it would take a lot for him to show both of themselves at once.
Okay.
1 second. Thank you, welcome party to RPG for the raid, and I wanted to thank also another streaming channel that followed us earlier, Friends Who Roll Dice. We are doing a fundraiser right now for Asada's daughters. Make sure to. Those are the ways you can donate, and there are ways. Thanks, Honky, and ways you can help out. We're just in the middle of some RP and planning and strategizing. Hey, Leona, I hope you're well. Okay. Y'all can get back to it.
I think there is something we can do, though, with the
What?
gunpowder.
What else?
We know where his cabin is, no?
Mm-hmm.
And we have the loyalty, or at least trust, of their security captain.
Yeah.
I think the idea of blowing up his quarters, causing the ship to sink, and severely harming one of his duplicates would be very beneficial.
how many barrels or keg powder,
have a
whatever, do we
horn.
have?
I have one keg, and I have a horn as well.
A keg and a horn, because we could make 2 explosions happen. The captain's quarters, where is it located?
Level 2.
So
Level 2.
so that is not blowing that up would not cause the ship to take on water then, right? Because it is not on the bottom floor. Is that how that works? Not very experienced on ships, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's how it works. I'm an expert on ships now.
I'm glad that we have an expert on ships now. But so we could simultaneously blow up the captain's quarters and cause enough damage at another place for the ship to actually sink, so that we can force or draw the duplicates of Casper Island out of the captain's quarters, and force either the crew or the other Lord Island to deal with this other part, and then hopefully we can intercept the other Lord Island and force the crew or whoever to have to split to deal with that, so we don't have to deal with them.
What is directly under the captain's quarters?
The crew
Kaisa?
quarters.
That's correct. Probably.
It's pretty easy to sneak in there. I did it the other day.
Yeah,
If we force the crew out with the horn of gunpowder, a small fire, a small explosion, we could do the main explosion underneath and be ready with an ambush.
Wait, so we'd force the crew out of the crew's quarters, and then we go into the crew quarters and explode the ceiling?
That's my idea.
I think I like that.
Then we have one Casper Trilam in the middle of all of us. Ready for us to rush in.
And there's only one entrance if he comes in the door to the crew quarters then.
I suppose the thing is that what was the other Caspar been doing at this time?
Which one? No, the one that's just around?
Yeah, the one that is not in the captain's quarters.
there's the face, then I think there's the brain. But we're gonna refer to him as that.
Which one's which? Oh wait.
I hope it's obvious.
Yeah, the face is on the inside now.
But it's both the head. You couldn't pick a different body part.
It's.
There's also one who has an octopus on their shoulder and one who does not. Well, cephalopod.
Yeah, that's the face. I suppose the brain will be the protected one that has the guards outside, right? As the twins guarding him
Okay.
constantly.
Okay.
So
Just-
that might be the real one?
It just feels very interesting to me that if both of these were independent, then showing one of them is very dangerous for him.
Well, but I think we're the only one who knows that there's two.
Yes.
So he probably wouldn't suspect that anybody knows, right? And that's probably why he's a little bit careless.
Yes. I think we're saying the same thing here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. So
I'm sorry for saying brain and face. It was too complicated. That's on me.
He might suspect that somebody knows. I mean, it seems kind of out of place when he made the comments to me about being in two places at once. Maybe, I mean, I don't think he would know for sure, but he might have a suspicion.
Okay.
I mean, not
Well,
to,
can't we just distract the face then?
not to
I mean-
defend. Well,
I mean, it's not distract is like it's not like a big distract, just like a talk to distract. We've been talking to him a few times now, so it wouldn't, especially if Zane did it. I feel like he wouldn't be that suspicious if Zane went up to him and talked to him about something. Zane can talk for hours and everyone will just listen.
true. He can. Correct.
That is true. Could do that.
And then we know where that one is, and then the rest of us or whoever needs to can do the boom boom explosions.
Maybe
yes,
not
we can.
only when it distracts him, but when the plan gets underway, it can also incapacitate him in some sense, I think. At least can try. There's no guarantee
Yeah.
that it works.
Good luck.
but,
You can try for sure.
you know,
I shouldn't say for certain we can do that.
I almost think it's better for you not to try. And then when he comes to rescue the other one, he won't suspect and you'll be behind him.
well, there's no. Is he going to do that? So, is the
Stab him in the
question.
back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that is what you are doing, you have to just observe what he is doing. If he tries to go and rescue the other one, to be ready. But if he tries to, I don't know, do something else, then to try to stop him.
Okay.
Have
With
to make sure I'm
this,
prepared for that, I suppose.
with
but-
this plan, do we still go destroy or disable the weaponry on the ship, or do we want to potentially commandeer it after this is executed?
Well, with this plan, we are sinking the ship, no?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be disabled anyway.
goes all
Potentially,
our
we
money.
think the ship is going to be repaired before we can sink it. You said that yourself.
It's
believe-
possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. Depends.
So, in this case, either the ship sinks or we have control of the weaponry.
I mean, if you can sabotage something, you should be able to do the opposite, no?
Depends how quickly we need it done. That's on you, I guess.
We have a mild buffer, no?
It's a lot easier to break something than to fix something.
How fast can a kraken swim?
Probably quite fast, I would imagine.
I have no idea.
Lives in the water.
How fast
can you
they
run a
fly?
mile? Kaiser, how fast can you run a mile?
I don't want to say my time in high school.
I said Kaiser. Pick a
Oh.
good number for Kaiser. What's Kaiser's mile time? He probably like a 6.5 minute mile guy, right?
Yeah, he's in shape for sure.
Kitted up.
He's a
Tom's
fighter.
not.
I mean, if it takes you 6.5 minutes, it's probably only gonna take the Kraken like a minute.
Seems fair.
Did I just math?
It was good guesstimation.
I mathed.
Okay,
Okay. Well, I suppose we have our plan then?
I believe so. We need to make sure the Storm Giants know that their main mission
The
Yes?
plan that never ended.
Well, we have the plan. We just need to make sure that we tell the storm giants that they need to make sure to get Hecaton.
Yeah, the priority is going to be the other ship where Hecaton is presumably located.
Okay.
Also, with this plan, though, I have to make sure that I only make one teleportation circle for the passengers. Hopefully, all of them can fit through within a brief window. Because
Well,
I need the other thing to potentially
where are we putting
deal
this
with
circle, by
Trident.
the way?
Uh, mm, I don't know yet. So as we can
Do
talk
I know any big rooms that aren't used? Like a
There's big rooms that aren't used, and I wouldn't say that, but there's storage. There's a storage area.
there's a
I'm
storage
sure.
area.
I'm sure we can find the place for that easily in the next few days before we need to use it.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
already know it's a storage area.
Oh, okay. I can double check with Palming, make sure that is the best area. But yeah, that part I don't think is so much of a worry.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right. Break.
Go.
this is happening for like days. But I will send out the invitations, start writing them, and give them to the
And
nobles.
then make sure the giants know before as soon as possible.
Yeah, make sure the giants know. Do we have a charge of that today or tomorrow? I don't remember what day
Who?
is which. Like we can only do it once per day, or is
What,
that not a
scry?
thing?
Or speak or send? Am I there?
Yeah, 'cause
Sending
we have a
stone is
sending
once per
stone.
day.
Yeah, was that
Yeah, we did
did
it.
we do that today? I don't
Didn't you
remember.
do it today? We're
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
okay.
did it
Tomorrow
today.
then.
We can do it tomorrow. So yeah, start sending invitations out today. Yeah, all right. I'll take out a parchment and quill and start writing down our just spark notes of our plan.
Wait, you're writing down our plan?
No, it's for me. I'll burn it after, but just so we know. Make sure we're all on the same page.
Okay. I almost never had
What was that?
I muted myself mid explanation.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
I was like 2.
It is very uncommon to write down your plan, as it is very easy to have it happen into the wrong hands.
No, it's not even leaving 10 minutes from now. It's just, make sure we all have it, and then I just poof, gone.
All right.
Okay, send invitations. Talk to Storm Giants. Talk to Pamming again.
Disable weapons.
Oh, yeah. Disable weapons. I guess in talk to Pamming again, confirm exact timing of reaching the ship.
Are we? How are the? So we're exploding beneath his captain's quarters, right?
In the crew's quarters, yes.
Are we? How do we feel about killing the crew members?
I mean, if they are in our way.
Jesus.
I mean, not in like, don't mean it to be that dark
our
of
way.
a...
Monk, the crew members are not cultists. We established
they're
that.
like-
They're just sailors who
Yeah.
are employed by a casino.
If, things happen and they are trying to actively attack us, right? It's, what do we do, right?
Zane low-key homophobic.
Damn, we call it about. You get canceled.
It's cancelled.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Chat's writing.
Oh no.
They're upset.
Maybe we can invite them to the party too?
That is like the opposite of what we want to
That's
do.
not what we want to do.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
I thought we
well,
didn't want them in the crew's quarters, though.
We don't. But the part.
That
Okay,
is
fine.
what the
Okay, fine.
Let's.
explosion is aiming to do?
Well,
'Cause
the
they'll be
explosion's
like-
gonna explode them up, I feel like.
No, the first explosion.
That is to
Oh.
distract them so they do not get in our way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant the second. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
See, that's why
We-
we are going over. Is fine.
Yes.
So
Mm.
We
hopefully
also have
they
Pao
should
Ming
not
on
get
our
divided.
side.
Yes.
Oh.
She can stop them from coming after they go to deal with the explosion,
Yes.
and we will deal with the others.
Just letting people know that these are just people who work on a ship. They are not evil doers. So you're killing an innocent person if you kill one of them on the ship, even if they attack you, because you are seen as the evil.
They attacked me first time attacking them back, Heiser.
Okay, then you can kill an innocent person.
I didn't say I'd kill him, I just said I'd attack him
Say I
back.
kill him. I just beat him up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, break?
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. We did it.
Okay.
Matt, you can talk. Go.
Yeah, okay,
Hurry.
great.
Hurry.
I've only waited 2 hours. So let's talk about this. So there is on the way to, before we get to the Morkoth. How does this plan? Let's talk about this plan in stages. On the way to the Morkoth, is this plan being executed?
It's stage 1.
Yes.
So basically, on the way there, we are
Yes.
sabotaging the weapons so they can't shoot at the storm giants.
Mm-hmm.
We are making invitations for the people on the ship, like the consumers of said ship,
Mm-hmm.
to go to Zane's Pog party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Q&A with Zane.
Yeah, and then we are asking Pao Ming for the best places we're telling her to let the soldiers know when they come to us. We're telling her basically the first part of our plan, which is the second part, stage 2, to blow up parts of the ship to distract people.
Mm-hmm.
We were telling her to stall them from coming to help Lord Dryland because we need to beat him up. Woohoo!
Okay. And when are you planning to attack Lord Dryland? Like a day before the Morkoth? Day of, but just away from the Morkoth?
Yeah.
Day of.
Day of.
Day of.
We're also checking back in with the Storm Giants and letting them know a more exact, concrete timeline that we found out from Pao Ming, and to let them know to like focus on the other ship, the Morkoth, as we'll try to deal with this ship. But maybe if they have like one Storm Giant, like check in on us, see if we're like in peril, danger, or something. But mostly focus on the other ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I can keep explaining.
Yes.
So then stage 2 would be both the explosions going off, us fighting Lord Dryland, while Pao Ming distracts the workers as they're repairing the parts of the ship that are actually very dangerous to the ship and cause it to sink. So, assuming plan B or stage 2 goes correct,
Mm-hmm.
we defeat Lord Dryland. The Pao Ming either convinces the sailors that we're not bad and Lord Dryland was bad the entire time, or perhaps before this, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to teleport away all of the consumers because they like the consumers of the ship, so they don't die.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want them to die. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then stage 3 is basically we assume that the Kraken is going to move to attack us and defend his prisoner. So we need to repair the weapons on the ship from their sabotage, and then we need to be able to make sure that we can make sure Hecaton doesn't just get taken. I believe it's stage 3.
Okay. All right. So let's talk. Let's do the letter. Let's see how convincing your letter can be, Zane. This invitation.
Wow, hey,
Sure.
it's me, Zane.
Yeah, what would Zane would say Zane Korakai of Mirbar is hosting a
Soiree.
soiree. Hosting a gathering, not a I don't know, because it needs to be enticing enough. It needs to be like or at least very, very appealing to most of the people are nobles, or at least have some wealth as they're on this ship on this cruise, right? So
Yep.
probably will have some don't know how to exactly word it, but some like political like enticement to it. Like, oh yeah, we could, I don't know, exchange.
Business contacts.
Yeah,
Ah,
something
yes, so
like that.
enticing, like doing business on my cruise.
Networking.
yes.
He's networking. Hello.
Networking. There we go. It's
When
a
I'm on a
social.
cruise, what I want to do
It's
is
a casual.
politics.
It's a casual social network
Mixer.
gathering mixer that will have all drinks and stuff paid for. So free
Ooh.
drinks, and it'll pay for.
Aren't they already free?
They are.
Yep.
They'll give you $5 every time you get a drink. Wow.
Drinks and refreshments.
Refreshments included, provided.
If they haven't already had a chance to, meet each other and stuff, and to do that. And there's also going to be, we'll have like a little surprise in there too. Like there's going to be like a huge like unveiling of something like something mysterious or just something like that.
So, with this, are you assuming that none of them will, Lord Dryland will not learn of this? Is that what we're assuming?
If Lord Dryland learns of this, it's just presented as a social gathering, so it's like kind of, I guess, like okay if he happens to figure out like, oh, the crew, they're meeting up, they're trying to party all together. But then I guess we at that point trust Pao Ming to like
What if he's mad he didn't get invited?
watch over it because it's for the passengers of the ship.
Captain wasn't invited. Continue, Matt.
Okay, so go ahead and roll persuasion to see how well you craft this letter.
Okay.
I've adjusted
20.
I've adjusted the DC based on your description.
Okay.
Oh, so it's very high.
Yeah, it was 30. We had a good run.
Oh. Looks like we're blowing up both
Business
boats,
mixer.
boys.
I think it's not bad. I think it's not bad.
20's good. 20's good. You are able to craft a nice little invitation and pass it out. The reception of this invitation is warm.
Okay.
You should be. It's very good that you're a sorcerer. One of the sailors is like, "Where's my invitation?"
You're on the job. Him. Do your job. You're not invited.
Distract you from your work here. I know you're a very important, integral part to the ship's success. So.
I got off time.
Lucius rolls over in the grave he currently sleeps in.
Yeah.
Sound of this party.
There might be round 2 of invitations before the gathering.
Okay, I hope to get one.
Smile, smile, smile.
Okay, so you have the invitation settled. Looks like you'll get most of the nobles to attend. And then I'm assuming you're going to try to time the teleportation circle right around the time the explosion happens. That should get people pretty...
Yeah, either a little before or as it happens to really be like, hey, we gotta go. Maybe that'll be better. But
Where are we teleporting them to?
Waterdeep.
Okay.
Wait, where in Waterdeep? I mean,
My house?
Where's the... Wait, I know Circle in Waterdeep, right? Where's the circle that I knew in Waterdeep?
you know the Harper's secret circle that they told you not to tell anybody about?
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I can't
It's also
stop you.
it's also in a very tiny crypt being guarded by a very powerful sorcerer and a shield guardian.
Yeah, but
Maybe not to Waterdeep.
Who seemed prone to violence, we might say.
Maybe...
Storm Giant? Maybe we send them to the key of the crab?
No.
Oh.
No, we definitely don't send them there.
God, that's a bad idea.
Okay, I know...
Imagine, like, okay,
I know-
we're gonna
I
save
know
you. Go.
Everlyn?
Actually,
Yeah,
Jurassic
I know
Park, like,
Everlyn.
nope.
Okay, I know Mirabar, Everland, Waterdeep.
Mirabar. You just put more business in your economy. It's easy.
true.
Huge.
And that one isn't that one like your family's?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's in your house.
That would be a very good idea.
All right.
Assuming
Probably
none
not to
of our
Waterdeep then.
Kraken
'cause, yeah.
spies.
I wanted the
Not yet,
aftermath
not
of
yet,
that,
not
to
yet.
be honest, but it's okay.
God, the
Yeah.
Waterdeep one would have been bad.
Would have been
That
yeah.
not actually not good. Okay,
the Harpers
never
would have been
mind.
pretty upset.
That shield
Also-
guard. That shield
I
guardian would have
forgot.
You
killed a
couldn't have
few of
lasted
them.
1 week.
For some reason I thought it was to like the what's his name, the
Well,
like
there's the one on the
guard
boat.
There's
gnome.
like the,
You do
the
have the
wizard.
one on the boat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the boat.
Yeah, but that I mean we don't know where that boat is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not doing that one.
Yeah, Xandar would be pissed. Okay. So then on the day of you'll begin the sabotaging. Is that how this is gonna work?
Hmm?
I think we're gonna sabotage
What's that just
weapons sort of
beforehand?
like the night before,
Yeah, like
at least.
a day before. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
like the night before, yeah.
Okay. Then let's see how that goes. We'll do that part 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think Zakhar would
yeah.
go with Aubrey and
Mhm.
cast Fast Without Trace and try and help sneak around.
Okay.
if we can.
Let's start with stealth.
Unless Aubrey didn't want to go that route. Like if she wanted to do it a different way, it'd be up to her.
That's
Zakhar would leave it up to her.
doing it sneaky makes sense.
Okay, so stealth with the +10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Do you guys need help? Thingy thing? Or are you good?
35.
31.
31. Alyssa?
I don't know, am I going with? Did you say you needed me?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then no, I'm not going with.
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Seems.
I don't
weird.
think I can help.
Yeah,
I don't think it
has-
can help.
Has that ever stopped you before?
Okay, that's true.
Why would you do this, Matt? Why would you do this?
It's my job.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, it depends if you tell me that you guys are going or not.
That's up to Aubrey.
I mean, she'd tell you that we're
Alright,
going.
we're gonna go do
Oh,
our
I'm
mission
going.
now.
No, I'm going.
Go ahead and roll stealth. You get a +10 in addition to whatever bonuses you have.
And I have advantage.
You do, because you have boots.
It's
Boots.
16.
With advantage and a +10.
Yeah. I don't like this dice. It doesn't roll.
Okay, so that's a 31, a 35, and a 16. Okay.
Oh no, I have advantage. Sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say, God, the odds on that are.
Oh, 14.
Okay, so 16. So that's still a group success. The 3 of you are the ones who are going. You're able to sneak up onto the top deck of the ship. There are a few sailors stationed about. You don't see anyone. Actually, what's everyone's passive perceptions?
16.
10.
16, 10.
14.
Okay, yeah. You just see a couple sailors. There's one in the crow's nest. People about. You don't see anyone else, anyone of extraordinary capability. So you're pretty able to sneak around the deck. Go ahead, Aubrey, and make. This is some kind of demolitions, or I guess this is kind of like. You know what this is? This is like it is a disabled device check. We don't have those anymore.
So I have I guess part of the reason that I wanted to come with is because I had something that I thought I could do that would be helpful.
Yeah.
So can I heat metal?
Yeah, that could definitely work.
And melt basically one of the mechanism points that will be required, whether it's the the little, I don't know what kind of things are right. If it's got a little fuse, right? I could melt that close, or even melt the opening close, right?
Yeah, light the fuse. That'll show them.
Oh, no, the little hole that the fuse goes into.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah. And Aubrey?
Just disabling the I guess firing pin of the mechanism and
Yeah.
things like that.
Let's make this a tinker's tool check.
All right. Which is intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And take it out of that.
And we'll start with this one. And I think the next check you'll get advantage from the heat. Well, let's just go ahead and roll with advantage because you have the heat metal going. Okay.
So the first one is a 23 then, with advantage.
23. Yeah. That you're able to disable one of the wind ballistas. You can tell you've broken the trigger mechanism. I believe I can't remember how many siege weapons are on the ship. It's either 3 or 6.
6, I think.
It's 6, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like 4 cannons and 2 ballistas.
Okay, so you have one of the ballistas down. Go ahead and roll the same check, and we'll assume with advantage again.
Alright. Oh yeah, I also have a D4 to add on this, don't I?
You do, yeah. You have a double proficiency and a d4 because of all your stuff.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't even think I need to add the D4 on that.
No, for sure. Okay. That's such a large check, we'll say, but you're able to disable 2 cannons, so there's now 2 cannons and a wind ballista down. I need another round of stealth checks.
Okay.
Pass Without a Trace is still up.
Yeah, I would keep it up this whole time. If I have to recast it, I'll do it.
Oh.
16.
Oh.
28.
29? Oh, 28.
I got 20.
28, and then May got 29.
Okay, yeah. That is a group success for sure. So Aubrey, go ahead and roll a another check for disable. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
You disable another cannon and another wind and the last wind ballista. There's just 1 cannon left. Absolutely monstrous rolls. Okay, yeah, that goes off without a hitch. Those siege weapons are disabled. Jesus. 28, 29, 24, 28.
Well, I could roll that when I'm shooting my crossbow.
Yeah.
Pepe hands.
Pepe hands. Lucius would
Pepe
still be
hands.
alive.
Oh no.
Okay, so those are successfully disabled.
Yay.
Yeah. None of your passive perceptions are high enough, and you're able to return to the lower decks of the ship.
Why you gotta say it like that?
I gotta say it like that.
Hey, you know, you didn't notice them, they didn't notice you. It's...
Oh god.
And you're able to successfully disable those weapons. So so then the party will be going on. If I'm understanding this correctly, this setup, you're going to be having like the little soiree / party around the same time. The other part of the group, that other group, is putting the barrel beneath Casper Dryland and getting those sailors out, right?
I don't think about it because I guess the original intent was to have it to like inform them all and then like do it like the next day. But I guess it could be the same time. Actually, maybe it's better for it to be the same time.
They'd probably be more willing to leave if there's explosions going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess we could just say same time.
So
But then I would need to. But that messes up some of the part of the plan though, because I'd need to then go find Lord Dryland and like distract him. I guess at the same
Like he
time.
would be at the party. He would show up at the party.
Well, that wouldn't be good though. We don't want him
Yeah,
to be
he'd-
there because we want.
You know he's gonna.
Yeah, I really feel like he's gonna go.
Okay, well, let's figure it out. We have 2 days left to figure that part out of it.
well
We'll figure it out before we come back next week.
Yeah.
Mm,
Hmm.
think about this one.
Okay.
Zakar can go do it with, and Lord Dryland will probably start to walk away from the party when the explosion happens. But then we don't know about how we can set up the simultaneous explosion for other Lord Dryland.
Aubrey would point out that she can do the one in the crew quarters on her own because she can just set it up invisible
That would be
and give you guys like the other horn of gunpowder to do with what you will.
Yeah, Zakar can do the one with the horn. And then we all have to get to Aubrey immediately after.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll be with Aubrey, right?
Okay, so we'll let you all think about that, I guess. Yeah, you maybe have the party the day before. That way, when Casper's there, you can try to figure out a way to get him out of the room. That kind of thing. Or have it the time of. It's up to you. It's a sticky situation. It's hard to pull off. But okay, so I think we'll go ahead and call it there for tonight. After whatever that was. An exciting episode of intrigue and discussion. Yeah.
Classic.
So I think that will do it for tonight. We'll go around. I wanted to, say thanks to everyone who was here tonight. Sorry for the tech issues. Tried to do something. Here we are. Thank you for those who donated tonight. May, Miwa, Ashley was her name. Fox, Pyromancer, the people who donated bits, thank you so much. Wonky. Go ahead and do your outros, folks.
Hi, I'm May. I play Alyssa Solaniari. You can find me on Twitter at maybebuzz, where I'm just an angry person all the time. And my favorite part of tonight would have to be the part when Matt said, "What's your passive perception?" Oh, okay, and then that was so that was fun. Faye.
Hello, I'm Faye. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Faye, where I do D&D stuff and TFT stuff. And yeah. Favorite parts tonight? I mean, I personally enjoy our kind of zany planning antics that go on forever. But I'm also excited to finally get to use that gunpowder that I've been holding on to for like forever. So looking forward to that. Hey Casanova, what's up?
Hello, I'm Casanova. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Casanova Hots, where I do Legends of Runeterra content. My favorite part today was, I think the coming up, like the plan we came to, I think sounds really fun. And I think trying to execute it is going to be pretty cool. And I've got some ideas for my character that sound quite fun for the actual fight. So I'm just very excited for the next session. I think there's a lot of stuff lined up. It's going to be great. But yeah, Zane, growing.
Me, I am Zane Korakai from Mirabar. Me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from
From
Mirabar,
Korakai.
from Korakai, Zane Mirabar from Korakai.
My name is Kerwin. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Kerwin. Do a lot of TFT stuff. Tournament tomorrow, like 2 p.m. Be streaming that. Yeah, favorite part, I think, was conversation with Pao Ming. Enjoyed learning about Pao Ming, getting some insight as to her overall like goals, motivations, even just like getting to know the fact that she wants to make a fighting training school afterwards. I think it's just cool to see the characters and their like human sides, I suppose, learning about that and the fact that it's not all just like, yeah, of course, because she works for the ship, she's just blindly, allied with Casper Dryland, but she knows something's up and she's willing to make something happen. So I like that conversation a lot. Yeah. Hi, Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom. I was here. I am here. I am not here. What did you think about that one?
No.
Yeah, I play Kaiser, the drow fighter who likes to not trust people. Right. Favorite part, probably the classic planning things. I like thinking of how we could use characters in the world to help us. It's nice to involve multiple facets of what the story entails to make a conclusion. Yeah, I wonder who's next here. Wonder what I'm gonna pick next. Let me think about it here. I guess Faye went. I guess Matt can go.
It's me. I'm Tom. Hi. I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Okay, so I am Matthew Foreman. You can find me here on Twitch TV/Dice Priori, where I create D&D content. You can also check out our Discord, where I hang out and obviously moderate it, but also chat about video games. And we have a Pride channel now, so we can talk about gay stuff there. That'll be nice. I have no new projects or anything coming up anytime soon. I don't think I'll be launching anything new for a while, so just catch me here on DMing this, and then on Wednesday nights DMing Ghost in the Machine. I think that's all I had to say. And thank you all so much for supporting Asada's Daughters. Be sure to check out tomorrow the community stream. We're doing Swords Fall, the battle for Summit of Kings, the battle for the Supreme Jalen, and we're also going to be raising money for Asada's Daughter on that. So be sure to check that out tomorrow, Saturday, as Liz walks some wonderful new faces and one or two familiar faces through the battle for the Supreme Jalen. Some rap bard goodness. Thank you all so much. My favorite moment, there are two. One, I like the fact that I convinced them to blow up the ship, so that's good. Two, I was like, but it's like you have a hammer nail kind of situation. Two, I liked it when May and I just started dying of laughter because I kept trying to say something, but it was just like the conversation had no breaks. I was like, all right, I'll ride this one out. We're good here. Y'all, that was a hoot. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and raid somebody. Oh, hello. Where did
Matt, okay.
What?
How about this plan?
Infinite. On repeat. I don't know who that is.
We got there. We got there eventually.
Hey, it's a big thing, and you have to be able to plan those things. I'm just giving you all a hard time. I'm just taking my turn to flame y'all about anything I can.
It's like our hard RP moment is like when we plan stuff. We full on RP that.
It's good. I always enjoy it. I just gotta give you a hard time. Flame you a little bit. Okay, I guess we're gonna. Haloran's the only one up. Let's raid Haloran. He's played Apex Legend.
Yay, Haloran.
Yeah. All the D&D channels are live, and then now they're all gone. So I'm like, okay, well, all the D&D channels we know. Go ahead and show Haloran some love. Check us out tomorrow, Community Theater. Bye. Wait, yeah, bye.
Bye.